Today, we all know that DNA is the genetic material that carries information from generation to generation. But have you ever wondered how and when DNA was discovered? What experiments and observations led to the discovery of DNA? Let us explore this fun journey of discovery of the genetic material in this video. Scientists had narrowed down that the genetic material was on chromosomes in the nucleus. However, the exact molecule was discovered much later. The physical nature of gene fascinated scientists for many years. A series of experiments beginning in the 1920s finally revealed that DNA was the genetic material. Griffith experiment. In the year 1928, puzzling observation was made by Frederick Griffiths in the course of experiments on the bacterium Streptococcus pneumoniae, a causal organism of pneumonia. Griffith observed that there are two strains exist in Streptococcus pneumoniae. Some strains, when cultured on the nutrient agar medium, produce shiny colony and some other produce dull colonies. Griffith called these colonies as smooth strained, that is, one which produce the shiny colony, and rough strain to that which produce the dull colony. Further, he noticed that the shiny appearance of smooth strain is due to the presence of capsule layer around the cell wall, and dull appearance of rough strain is due to the absence of capsule layer. In his experiment, Griffith took R strain live organism and injected it into the healthy mice. But even after several days, the mice remained healthy. So he concluded that R strain is non-pathogenic. In the next step, he took live S-strained organism and injected it into the healthy mice. After a few days, the mice died of pneumonia infection. So Griffith concluded that S-strain is pathogenic. In the next step, he killed the S-strained organism by subjecting it to high temperature. Then, this heat-killed S-strain is injected into the healthy mice. Even though the S-strain is pathogenic, mice remained healthy because the injected organism is not alive. And we know the fact that only living organisms can cause infection. Further, Griffith made the mixture of live rough strain and heat-killed smooth-strained organism and injected this mixture into the healthy mice. He found that the mice got pneumonia infection and died after receiving the injection of this mixture. Griffith was also able to isolate live, rough and smooth-strained organism from the blood of dead mice. Now, with this result, Griffith concluded that some part of the smooth strain in the mixture transformed the live rough strain into smooth strained organism. The exact nature of transforming principle was revealed in the experiments done by three other scientists by the name Avery, McCarthy, and MacLeod. Oswald Avery and colleagues explained the findings of Griffith experiment to demonstrate the role of DNA in living organisms. They prepared cultures containing the heat-killed smooth strain and removed lipid and carbohydrates from the solution. Next, they treated small amount of solution with protease enzyme to destroy the protein present in the solution. A small amount of solution is treated with RNase enzyme to destroy the RNA present in the solution. Then, a small amount of solution is also treated with DNase enzyme to destroy DNA present in the mixture. Finally, they introduced living rough strain to the culture to see which culture would develop transformed smooth strained bacteria. They observed that the culture treated with protease and RNase produced smooth strained bacteria, and only the one which is treated with DNase failed to produce smooth strained bacteria. This indicated that DNA was the genetic component that was being transferred from heat-killed smooth strained to live rough strained organism and transformed the rough strained organism into smooth strained organism. Blender's experiment. It was only 8 years later when Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase conducted their experiment, the concept of DNA as genetic material gained traction. In their experiment, they showed that the bacteriophages inject only their DNA into the host bacteria, and that the DNA served as the replicating genetic element of phages. In their experiment, they allowed radioactive phosphorus labeled pages and sulfur labeled pages to infect the bacteria in the liquid solution separately. The injected bacterial cells were subjected to agitation to remove the adhered particle to the bacterial cell surface. Then the solution was centrifuged to separate the bacterial cells from the surrounding solution. After centrifugation, they found that most of the radioactive phosphorus was detected in the bacterial cell rather than in the surrounding solution, while most of the radioactive sulfur was detected in the surrounding solution rather than in the bacterial cell. This indicated that the page DNA must have entered the cells when the page infected the bacteria, and their protein coat remain attached to the outside of the bacterial cell as ghost. When the solution is agitated, the protein coat detaches from the bacterial cell and releases into the surrounding solution. With this result, they showed that the DNA served as the replicating genetic element of bacteriophages. Properties of genetic material. For a molecule to act as genetic material, it should have the following characters. It should be stable both chemically as well as physically. It must be capable of accurate replication. It must be transmitted from parents to progeny without any change. It must be capable of being expressed whenever it is needed. And finally, it must have the scope for slow changes, that is mutation for evolution. So to conclude, DNA serves very essential function that deal with cellular information. DNA is the genetic material responsible for inheritance and is passed from parents to offspring for all life on the earth. Thank you.